Okay, so what we're going to actually do is we're going to go in and we're going to start. Um, we're going to transfer our site from our local host to our URL. So, with that being said, I got that customs um, WordPress. You need the whole WordPress file. So that's it. So let me just go in and press Command C and then Command V to paste here. Now, also what I want to do is I want to go in and zip this. So just right click on it and hit compress. And that will compress this file. And this is the one that we actually need here. So we're set up with that. Now what I want to do is I want to go into map. Let me pull up map. And let me just open up the web page and go to PHP My Admin. And what I need to do is grab this customs. So customs, let me make sure I'm selected on it. And I need to export this database. So let me click on export. And we're going to do a custom. And so this just gives us a little bit more options. And let's go in and save our output on the file. And let's change the compressions to gzipped. And what gzipped is just going to give you a better zipped file. It's still a zip file, but we're just changing that. And then on object creation options, click on add drop table, and then if none exists, and then click go. Okay, so I got that customs. Now I did this a couple times, so let me go in and just make sure I just delete that. This is the first time you're doing it, so you don't really have to do it. So this is our database file, and then this is our whole WordPress directory, and we're going to need those two files here a little bit later. So now what we want to do is go into reclaim hosting. So let's go into reclaim, and in the client area, now I already opened mine, so it's already open and it's saved it. And that's the password that you created. And then also what I want you to do is go into cPanel. Now it's going to ask you for a password. I already set this up, and what you need to do is check your email, and Reclaim actually sent you a username and password. I did not create Brando15. It did that automatically for me, so go in and check that. So what I want to do is go into my file manager. Alright, and what's important here is the public.html. And what I want to do is in the public.html, I want to make sure that I upload my WordPress files, not the database, the WordPress. So let's click upload, and I'm going to select a file, and this does sometimes take a while. So let me just click on customs.zip and click open. And the computer kind of bugs out at first, but it says 100%, but it's going to run a little bit slower. So let me go back, and it's just going to take a while to fetch this off. That's fine. Now what I want to do is click on customs, and I want to unzip this. So let's click on extract. And click close. Alright, now you no longer actually need this customs zip file, so let's just go ahead and delete that from that. So now we should have everything as far as our WordPress files. Okay, so let's go back to the cPanel, and what I want to do now is I do want to go in and set up my database. So let's click on MySQL databases. Alright, and what I'm going to do is create a new database here. So with this, the database is going to be Brando15 underscore. Yours is going to be whatever it is. And I'm going to say customs. So what I'm going to do is create that database, and then click go back. And I have that. Now we need to set up a new user. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to say admin And you do want to kind of write this down because you will need to remember this. And then set up a password. So I'm going to say, okay. Okay. And let me go in and create that user. Alright, let me go back. Okay, so I created that. And now what we need to do is add this user to the database. So let's click add. And we do want to select all privileges and make those changes. So we have set up a user for the database. So let me go back to home. And now we want to go into PHP My Admin. Let's go in here. And you can see that now we have a database set up. And we need to go in and add our custom file to it. So we need to import it. So let me make sure I have this selected and click import. And let's click choose file. And let's put in that SQL file here. And let's click open. And go. Okay, so we have now set this up. Now I do need to go in and make a few changes. So in here you'll see WP options. We need to go in and fix this stuff. And I need to go in and change my site URL and my home URL. So let me click edit. And mine is going to be brandonrbooker.com/customs, the folder name. And let me hit go. And then I need to do the same thing for my home URL. So edit brandonrbooker.com/customs. Alright, and let me click go on that. Alright, and that is set up. Now we do need to do one more thing. So what I want to do is let's go back to our cPanel here, and I do want to go into the file manager. So let's go into file manager, in our public.html, and in our customs folder we need to change some settings on our WP config file. So let's click on that and right click, and we're going to edit this, and we're going to just edit here. And this is what we need to do. We need to change all of this information. So under my database name, it is Brando 15 underscore customs. Okay. For my username, it is Brando 15. Keep putting Brandon. Make sure you fix this correctly. Brando 15 underscore, and then I had admin1. Okay, admin1, and then my database password, put in your password. Okay, and let's hit save changes. And that should be all we need here. And let's see if this has worked for us. So let's go in, and I'm gonna say brandonbooker.com/customs. And bam, there is my site. It is live. The URL is working, and we have it set up right there. And that's all we need. And that's how you get your site onto your hosting environment.